more amazing presenters you get to hear from tonight, and I am so excited. Oh, I'm seeing hand raising. Are we okay? All right, we're good. I'm excited to invite up Amy Payne, who is going to be sharing with us growing food and community in the garden.
This photo was taken in May of 2020. The world had closed down. I was teaching from my dining room table. My kids had come home. My mom died. George Floyd was murdered in front of us all, and our community was being divided. I found that I re-entered myself when I put my hands in the earth. And I re-entered myself again and again during that time. A revolution is the desire for things to be better. And you don't always know when you're in the middle of a collective one or a personal one. Even if you're a woman with 2 cats who gets in her car and drives across the country and moves to Vermont. I arrived May 1st, 2021, to a small, beautiful community here. I'd gone to college in upstate New York, and so I had a few close friends. And this is my son and my buddy since I was 18 yesterday, meeting me as I drove in. I came in with no commitments, except I had signed up, thanks to Amy, for a gardening class. It was down at the Ethan Allen Homestead and it was taught by Vermont Garden Networks and Angela. We each had, in the community garden style, a 4x10 plot. They gave us all the supplies that we needed, which was perfect for me, having moved here for a year, and the plants, and every Wednesday we had a class. I fell in love. I fell in love with Vermont skies. I fell in love with Vermont light. I fell in love with Vermont dirt. You had a really long time to see the California dirt, so you understand why. I fell in love with growing the food that I eat. We went and visited a couple other alternative gardens during that class. And the one that caught me was the collective garden. This is down in the Intervale. It's also a VGN garden. That's Carolina Lukac, who was our fearless leader in the garden. Collective garden is a big piece of land that a bunch of people garden together. It's a perfect environmental model. We're supposed to be bringing our food growing much closer to home as climate changes. In this, it's many hands in one space, growing a lot of food and sharing the labor. The thing I didn't expect is that it is an incredibly beautiful community. This is taken in September, as you can tell from our clothes, and we've been gardening together in our Monday shift. It's not everyone in my Monday shift, but for the season up to that point. This garden brought joy. I signed up for another year. The next year, you know what happened in Vermont. And halfway through the growing season, Vermont flooded, and so did the Intervale. Emergency harvest, stored the food in the garage and distributed it, watched the garden go underwater. And then we gathered like a community does to process the grief of losing both our food and this group that we loved. What I found, though, is that community supports community. In this totally unexpected development, Josh from Shelburne Farms Market Garden invited our garden to come in and take a shift once a week to help him garden. I also had an opportunity to work with the Family Room and VGN in creating a new collective garden for the families to, especially the little children, to put their hands in the earth and experience working with food. I signed up for another year in that collective garden, Seed Song, and it flooded again on the exact same day. It was a brutal flood, not as bad as the year before, but brutal in terms of mosquitoes. And I realized that as much as I adored the community and the form of gardening, I needed a change. 13 of us made that decision to not garden in a floodplain anymore, and we went searching for land, which in Burlington, you know, can be challenging. But Burlington Parks and Recs is really interested in the collective garden model as well, and they had a big piece of grass that had grown there forever, and they offered it to us. So 15 of us began to gather twice a week, and you can see it was terrible. And we wanted to create from our old community something that was new. We worked at the speed of trust, which is messy and it's beautiful. We put in our infrastructure in two ways. You saw what the grass had been. So it was weeding and paths and rows and this deer fence, which was so heavy. And it was everything else that needs to happen for a group of 15 people to make flat decisions together and stay in community. The way that a garden like this works is different than a community garden. You have a shift once a week. So it's a beautiful model for busy people. We have a collective work day once a month and a potluck. And all the while, we're aware of growing our community. Growing community takes a lot of work. It's really messy. We're all messy, we're human. But it's also super beautiful because what it gives you lights you up inside. And we had bounty. It was really thrilling what we were able to grow this past year. That's the bike train. But we also grew things for the pollinators, and we grew things for the new North End food pantry. Most of all, I guess we grew love. And in this time, with everything that's happening, with the way we've been so separated, I don't think there's anything better that you can grow. We need food close by, but we need something even closer by. And you can tell with this group that we had it. Last year, I watched the movie Join or Die, which says if we don't get civically involved with one another, our democracy will die. And what I experienced in this garden was the opposite can be true. So I wonder for you, where you're finding your joy and where